Welcome to day 2 out of 30 where we will learn some mind-blowing physics question that will be equivalent to 100 JEE and NEET questions. So in day 2 the challenge is higher cause we are having a semicircular ring and we need to find the center of mass for this one. Well, the center of mass is one of the greatest concepts that eaten by the toppers daily. So as you can see, this smaller part having some mass dm where the total mass is m. Right now what you have to imagine, that is what is the length of it. In our previous video we have already taken that part is dx, but right now it's a polar coordinate, so we can't do that. If this angle is theta, this angle is d theta, then obviously we know that the arc that should be equal to arc by radius, that is equal to theta. So what is s? S equal to r theta. Right now this part, this is nothing but arc. So this is the radius of r and the smaller part having the theta d theta. So yeah, we got its length by its polar coordinate, that is r d theta. Now it's about mass cause it is a semicircle, so the circumference will be pi r and that having a mass of m, then for unit it will be m by pi r. Now we are talking about r d theta portion of that, so it should be m by pi r with a multiplication of r d theta. If you just solve it, you will get m d theta by pi. Now here the twist that makes this question far better cause center of mass must be along y axis. So if you consider this line, there should be two components. One should be r sine theta, that's what we need to find, and another should be r cos theta. So r sine theta, that is this part that we need to find. So coming to the formula right now for that ycm, cause right now that center of mass is along the y axis, so we can write it as 0 to pi cause it's half circle, 180 up to, and the value should be y dm by total 0 to pi of dm. And as we know, the total mass will be at the denominator, and y value, that is nothing but this part of r sine theta with a 0 to pi. And another thing, the value of dm, that is already we got m d theta by pi. And if you just solve it, then you can see that mass and mass gonna cancel, r and pi gonna take out from here, and it is nothing but the formula of sine theta d theta. Yes. And yes, that's gonna be minus cos theta, so minus cos theta pi, and another minus of cos 0, which is we already got the minus in outside as a common. And as you can see, both gonna be minus 1, so after that it will be 2 caused by the minus of the outside, and it will be 2r by pi. That should be your final answer. So here is the kick. If you just right now dealing with any kind of 3D shape, just remember the semicircular thing having the center of mass as 2r by pi, and you have to remember it because 1000 type of question can appear in your JEE or NEET by this single one. So keep updating yourself by the concept of JEE NEET with Professor Physics and don't forget to follow. Tata.